Hello guys, my name is Vijay, and in this video we are going to see how we can create a Cloudera cluster in GCP environment. So I will be creating two virtual machine in GCP platform, and we will be installing Cloudera cluster there. And I have logged into the Cloudera official website, so I will be using these piece of information to install the Cloudera cluster. So let's go to GCP console. So this is my GCP console, and let's go to the compute section. So in compute section we will have an option to create an instance. It's taking some time. Yeah, so we are in compute engine section, and let's click on create instance, and let me give this machine a name, VM1, and let's create this machine in US Central 1 and select any of the zone, and let's choose the machine type. So suppose I'm choosing 4 virtual CPU and 32 GB RAM, and let's change the operating system as well. So I'm choosing CentOS and version is 7, and let's choose the disk size as 100 GB, and let's tweak some more information. Like suppose you can see that it will charge $141 for a month, but if we tweak some setting then we can lower down this cost. So in management, let's on this preemptibility, so you can see that your cost has been lowered down. So this option we can choose, and let's click on create. And parallelly let's create another machine as well with the same configuration. Let's give this a VM2, same region and zone, and then 4 vCPU 32 GB RAM. Again change the operating system, and then tweak some settings, and hit on create. So let's wait for this machine to create, and we'll resume the video again. Now we can see that our both virtual machines are up. Let's log into these machine and start doing some configurations. So first I will be creating some users, rather one user with which I will be installing the Cloudera cluster. So these are the commands that we are going to use. So let's copy these first command, and let's wait for some seconds to log in. Yes, so let's paste that command. So what this command is doing is it is simply adding the user with the name Hadoop, and let's copy another command. And with this command what we are doing, we are changing the password. So this command is used to change the password for the Hadoop user. So let's give password as Hadoop only, and we need to give this user a root access so that we can install the software and do the basic configuration with the sudo access. So we need to edit this vi sudo file, and we need to add this line. So let me paste this line somewhere here. And we will be doing, so while installing the Cloudera application or Cloudera cluster, we will be doing the SSH to the virtual machines and installing the required software. So I will be enabling this password authentication so that we can able to log into the virtual machine with the username and password. So I need to edit this sshd underscore config file for that. So let me copy this, paste here, and somewhere here we can see that we have password authentication. So we need to make this password authentication as yes, and we need to restart our ssh daemon to make these changes in place. Yes, and we need to do the same exercise for the other machine as well. So I'm not going to repeat that, so you guys can do those the same changes on the other virtual machine. So I will be doing that in the background. So I have added the same Hadoop user in virtual machine 2 as well. Now let's go to our first virtual machine and try to run this command to run the Cloudera installer. And before that we need to install wget, because by default this is not installed, so we need to install this first. Let's download the Cloudera manager installer, and we need to change the permission, and then let's run this one. So let's proceed with next. So these are the some license related information. We need to accept the license, and it is installing JDK because Cloudera is built using Java. So it is installing the JDK, and now you can see it installing the Cloudera manager server. So it will take some time. Let me pause the video and comes back once this is done. Now we can see that the Cloudera manager is installed, and it is available on the port number 7810. So in order to access this from my machine, I need to open a port for this in this virtual machine, and I need to allow my IP address. So let's do that. Let me first check my IP address. So as of now, let's click on OK. So let me open my browser and check what is my IP address is. So this is my IP. Let me copy this one, and I need to create a firewall rule. So let's go to firewall and create a new rule here. So let's give it a name, Cloudera. This should be ingress, and click on all instances in this network, and let me give my source IP. So why we are giving this one? Because I am only allowing my system to access the virtual machine, and the port number is 7180, and click on create. Oh, I think Cloudera is already there. Let me give it a different name, Cloudera 1. So now let's go to our virtual machine, and let's attach this network tag in the virtual machine 1. So we need to edit this virtual machine, edit, then give this network tag, and save. Now go back to virtual machine and copy this external IP, and let's access our Cloudera manager from port number 7180. So you can see that our Cloudera manager homepage, and by default the username and password is admin. And since we don't have license as of now, so we will be going with the trial version for 60 days. Click on continue. Then click on continue again. Give your cluster a name. Let's take it cluster 1 only. And here we need to give a host name to which we want to install or we want to create the Cloudera cluster. So here we need to follow a pattern. So VM 1 and 2, so it will pick both the VMs that I have created. Let's click on search. So you can see that both the VMs are coming here. Click on continue. So I will be going with the public Cloudera repository. Click on continue, and let's choose this option so that it install the OpenJDK in both the virtual machines. Continue, and here I need to give the user that I had created in those two virtual machines, that is Hadoop, and we need to give the password as well so that it can SSH to those machine and start installing the Cloudera softwares. So now you can see that it started installing the OpenJDK, and in virtual machine we can see that it started installing the Cloudera manager agent, and same it will do here as well. Yeah, we can see that here also it started installing the Cloudera manager agent. So let's pause the video and come back once this installation completes. So we can see that after installing the JDK and Cloudera manager agent in both the virtual machine, it started downloading the parcels. So your application like HDFS, MapReduce, Spark, so Cloudera distribute those in form of parcel, and other application as well like Hive and the other big data related applications. So it is downloading that and it will distribute these packages or parcels to both the machines, and it will unpack and activate those. So let's pause this video and come back again. So all the parcels have been distributed to all the virtual machines and those have been activated. Now I have come to the last option, that is to inspect cluster. So as of now I'm just skipping this one, but in actual production installation we need to inspect our virtual machines. So let me click on this option and click on continue. Now here we have all these options, but I will be going with the custom services, and here I can choose what all services I want to install. So let's go for HBase, then HDFS, so it's a distributed file system, then your Hadoop that provides you SQL like query to query your large data set. Then let's go with Spark as well, then your Yarn and Zookeeper. So I'm just selecting few of the information, but as per your requirement you can select other options as well. So let's click on create, and here we need to select the machines as well. So suppose for HDFS name node it is selecting virtual machine 1. For data node let me select both the machines. Then yeah, all these informations you can change, so which host you want to give for which kind of applications. So I'm just for other application I'm just not making any changes. Let's click on continue, and here I will be going with the embedded database. Let's test the connectivity, and if you want you can create your custom database as well. So you need to install some other DB like MySQL, MariaDB, and you can provide all those information here. So let's click on continue, and here are the some configurations information. So if you want you can change it, but for time being let's go with by default options. Let's click on continue, and now it is started running the script to install all those applications. So let me pause the video and come back once all these applications are installed. Now we can see that all those parcels have been installed. Let click on continue option and finish, and it will now take you to the cluster home page, where we can see all the informations. So now we are inside Cloudera cluster. So we have all these applications installed, HDFS, Hive, Spark, Yarn. So now let's go to virtual machine 1 and try to run some Hadoop related command. So let's list out some files. So we can see that we are able to run Hadoop commands, and we will also go into Hive shell just to confirm if Hive is installed. So yeah, we are inside the Hive shell. Yeah, so that's all guys, that is what I wanted to show. So do like and subscribe this channel for more videos on technology, on software engineering. So I will be posting more videos related to big data technology, so stay tuned. Thank you.